I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 6 English lesson on context clues. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English Language Arts. We're doing grade 6. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of context clues. All right. So our chapter is context clues. Our subject is English Language Arts. We're doing grade 6. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of context clues is to determine the meaning of words using synonyms in context. And we're also going to determine the meaning of words using antonyms in context. So that is going to be our lessons for today. We're going to determine the meaning of words using synonyms in context and using antonyms in context. All right. So when it comes to context clues, right? We have synonyms, right? That are words that mean the same thing or it means almost the same thing. So synonyms are words that mean the same thing or almost the same thing, right? And when you see words that you don't know, you can use synonyms as context clues to help you to figure out a new word or the meaning of the new words. And if we look at an example, right, it says, Jessica's buoyant personality is infectious. So Jessica's buoyant personality is infectious. So it says Jessica's buoyant personality is infectious. Whenever we spend time together, I end up in a cheerful mood too. So if you look at the two sentences, right, it says Jessica's buoyant personality is infectious. Whenever we spend time together, I end up in a cheerful mood too. Especially that word too means that buoyant means cheerful. So if we look at that word, especially buoyant and cheerful, right? It means then that the synonym of cheerful can help you to figure out that buoyant also means happy or it means upbeat. And remember, we said the synonym, it is words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. So if you don't understand a word or you don't know the meaning of the word, then you can just look at the context. You can look at the synonym as context clues to help you figure out the new meaning of the word. And then we have antonyms, right? Antonyms are words with the opposite meaning or almost the opposite meaning of a specific word. So antonyms, once again, are words with the opposite or with opposite or almost opposite meanings. And when you see words that you don't know, the same like we did with synonyms, if you don't know words, right, then you can use the antonyms as context clues to help you figure out the new words' meaning. And at if we look at an example, it says although the bank's employees thought that the currency looked real, the federal investigators easily determined that the bills were counterfeit. So, although the bank's employees thought that the currency looked real, the federal investigator easily determined that the bills were counterfeit. And if you look at that words, right, remember opposite antonyms? It says here the antonym real. So the word real, it can help you to figure out that counterfeit actually means fake, right? Counterfeit means fake. So that is basically context clues. It's where you look at certain words, whether it is words with the same meaning or words with the opposite meaning, to try and figure out the new words' meaning. All right, so now we're going to aplusstudents.ca, and we're going to determine the meaning of words using synonyms in context, and determine the meaning of words using antonyms in context. All right. All right, so now we're going to look at like three activities, and then we're going to our test, right? It says, what is the meaning of the word linger as used in the passage? So, linger. It says, when Indonesia's Tambora volcano erupted in 1815, people didn't know how long it, its effects would linger. Climate changes caused by the volcano made it possible for cholera, a serious disease, to spread around the world. These effects remain even today. So, linger. What is the meaning of the word linger as used in the passage? And if we look at the meaning of the word linger, right, as used in the passage, then it basically means it is to stick around. It's like when something still lingers on, it like sticks around. Yes, it stick around or to stay longer. Well done. That is basically what lingers mean. What linger mean. It's to stay longer or to stick around, or after some time it is still there. That is why some we would use words like it lingers on. All right. So basically, linger it means to stay longer, or we can say to stick around. Well done. All right. It says, what is the meaning of the word bestow? It's like I bestow that upon you, to bestow, as used in the context or in the passage. It says the a traditional or a tradition with roots in ancient Mexico. Oh, I don't know this word. A quinceanera, a quinceanera is a celebration of a girl's 15th birthday and passage to adulthood. Family and friends gather and bestow bracelets, necklaces, and medals upon the girl. Parents and grandparents may also give special messages or advice. So the word bestow, what does it mean? And the word bestow, not necessarily to wear. It's almost like when they say, I bestow that upon you. It's like you're granting someone that, or you're giving someone that, or you're presenting someone that, or you're providing them with something. So yes, they make you to wear bracelets, right? But they do say that they bestow bracelets, meaning it's they're gifting her with the bracelets. It's like they're giving it to her. So she needs to wear the bracelets and necklace and medals and so on. But families, they gather and they bestow it. It's almost like they are giving it to her in order for her to wear it. Right. All right. Let's look at the last one and then we're going to our test. It says, what is the meaning of the word dingy as used in the passage? Dingy. It says Mr. Herman has a unique and profitable hobby, restoring old cars. He often goes to auctions and purchases dingy cars that appear to be worthless after several weeks and a lot of hard work. Mr. Herman turns the dirty car into an object of beauty worth far more than he paid for. All right. And if we look at the word dingy, right? What is the meaning of the word dingy? If he buys dingy cars and he turns the dirty cars into a project of beauty, then what does dingy means? This is basically saying it's like using synonyms. All right. And yes, if we were to choose or say the meaning of the word dingy, then the meaning of the word dingy is dirty or spoiled. Yes. Well done. And that is why I usually get it for a good price. Well done. Dirty or spoiled or old. So well done. All right, so now let's go to our test where we're going to determine the meaning of words using synonyms in context. We need to select the synonym that helps you to understand the meaning of the word morsel. The word morsel. It says, after a week of wilderness camping, Tucker was ravenous. Is it ravenous or ravenous? His dog Sparky sat at his feet waiting for a stray crumb, but Tucker didn't let a single morsel fall from his plate. Morsel, what does it mean? Does it mean wilderness or does it mean crumb? All right, and if we were to choose the correct word or the meaning of the word morsel, we can say it is crumbs. He didn't want any crumbs to fall or from his plate. Well done. The next one says, what is the meaning of the word morsel as used in the passage? It says, after a week of wilderness camping, it's basically the same text or passage. Tucker was ravenous. His dog, Sparky, sat at his feet waiting for a stray crumb, but Tucker didn't let a single morsel fall from his plate. We need to give the meaning of the word morsel. Is it tiny bit of food, option one? Is it serving or slice, option two? Or appetizer, option three? All right, and if we were to choose the correct meaning of that word, then we will say, remember, a crumb is basically like a tiny bit of food. So, crumb is like a tiny bit of food. Yeah, so a tiny bit of food. Well done. The next one says select the synonym that helps you to understand the meaning of the word discombobulate. 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 Right? It says theater goers are told to shut off their phones during live performances because the use of phones can discombobulate actors. A recent incident of cell phone use during a play upset an actor so much that she marched off the stage and took the phone away from the audience members. What does discombobulate mean? Is it incident or is it upset? Is it incident or upset? All right, and if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, it means you are either upset or confused or something of the sort. Discombobulate. Either upset, confused, disconcerted, something of the sort. All right, now what is the meaning of discombobulate? Is it to amuse or please, to frighten or terrify, or to agitate or disturb? Is it to amuse or please, to frighten or terrify, or to agitate or disturb? And if we were to choose the meaning of the word, we can either say frighten or terrify, or we can say to agitate or disturb. I think it's more to agitate or disturb because remember, if you are doing a theater performance, right, and somebody's cell phone rings, then it actually means that they are disturbing you more other than frighten. I think it's more to agitate or disturb. Let's see. I speak under correction. Yes. So discombobulate means more to agitate or to disturb you. Because remember, if you are in your role and now a cell phone rings, it basically throws the person off from what he or she has to say, right? So now we're going to determine the meaning of the word using antonyms in context, the opposite meaning. All right. It says the remaining question. Okay. Mm-mm. We need to select the antonym that helps you understand the meaning of the word perturb. Remember, antonym is the opposite meaning. So, what is the meaning of the word perturb? It says massage therapy is a popular treatment for relieving stress and pain, but it isn't for everyone. Massages are intended to calm patients, but they often perturb those who are uncomfortable with an unfamiliar touch. What does perturb mean? You look at the context. And if we were to choose the opposite of perturb, then we can say it is calm. Because here they say it intended to calm patients, but they often perturb, meaning that they're not calm. All right, so now let's go to our test where we are going to determine the meaning of words using antonyms, the opposite in context. All right, it says the massage therapy is a popular treatment for relieving stress and pain, but it isn't for everyone. Massages are intended to calm patients, but they often perturb those who are uncomfortable with the unfamiliar touch. With an unfamiliar touch, we need to select the antonym, the opposite, that helps you understand the meaning of the word perturb. All right, is it calm or stress? Calm or stress? No problem. And we can say it is, remember it's the opposite, right? So it's the opposite, so it is calm. That is the opposite. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on context clues. We say that when it comes to context clues, and then you can try and figure out the meaning of a word either by using synonyms in context, which is words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning, or you can try and figure out the meaning of words using the antonyms in context, which is trying to figure out the opposite of what the word actually means. All right. All right, so this is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. And I really hope you're going to have a good evening further. So, till next time, goodbye.